I think from our perspective, from remittances and money transfer, etc., there's a direct correlation between recency of migration to somebody's remittance needs. If I'm a new migrant in a country, I have an immediate need to either bring my net wealth with me or typically to send money home. And typically, as Patrick said, a lot of the migration we're seeing here is skilled migration. So we have new migrants that are either, again, having to bring their net wealth or are earning Australian dollars or saving in another currency. And we see that quite significantly across that. So really from our perspective, some of those nuances when we target a multicultural community is really understanding where they're up to in that migration journey. Are they a new arrival? Have they been here less than 5 years? Their needs are going to be different to some of those more established multicultural communities here, migrant communities here that have been here, 40, 50 years. And as those communities become more established, their consumption patterns change, their need from a remittance perspective goes down over time.
The biggest one is that one size fits all doesn't work. Trying to squeeze 8 different communities into a single ad. We have major ad agencies making a $1 million ad, trying to win at Cannes effectively. They're trying to win awards with that ad. And we're saying instead of $1 million ad, you should do 10 $100,000 ads and really get that nuance and those insights into those ads from speaking to people in the community, customize them. And the other one is people just doing the once a year seasonal marketing and thinking that's done. I've done Chinese New Year, I've done Diwali, whereas the brands that win definitively are going to be the ones that are always on, the ones that market the 364 other days of the year, because trust takes a long time to build and you just can't keep popping up once a year and expect to change any consumer habits.
It's being recognised more as an imperative. However, I think at some points or in some areas it's largely still at a superficial level. So I think that there's a lot of potentially box ticking or people of colour on websites and pamphlets as that's how we engage multicultural communities. But it really needs to be deeper than that. Like more organisations need to go to consider the reach of their materials and the audiences rather than just the diversity and the visible in the photos. Also need to be moving away from, saying, okay, well, we'll just translate this or just translate the pamphlets, when we've got to recognise that a lot of the communities, particularly potentially migrants and refugees, they're not literate in their own language, so they can speak, but they may not necessarily be able to read. So what formats will resonate with the community? So really think deeply of what are we trying to achieve and who are we trying to communicate, who's the end user, what are the channels or how can they absorb information more effectively rather than just automatically saying let's translate it or let's translate into the top 10 languages.